When we're talking about authority and praise, releasing a spiritual authority, we need to understand that God has left His authority to the church. Now, you and I are the church. If you are a believer, you are the church. You're the temple of God. And so when I talk about the church, I'm not talking about a building or a group of people per se. I'm talking about you. God left His authority with you. He's hooked His power, His control, His authority up to the believer. Now, when we talk about that, think about this. We hear this statement all the time. God's in full control. Whatever God does, God's in control. But if that was the case, think about this. If that really was the case, then God would be responsible for everything. If God's in full control in the earth today, God would be responsible for every earthquake, for every hurricane, for every disaster, for ISIS, for certain things that are going on in the nation that are bringing havoc and bringing destruction and death. God would be responsible for that. But we know that that's not true. God's a good God. So when you understand authority, God left His authority, His sovereignty, His control to the church. He gave the keys to the church. He gave the keys to you and I. Think about this. For example, if you live in a house or you live in an apartment, you own a house or you rent a house, you're hooked up to electric. Before you move in, you want to make sure the electric's turned on, the power's turned on. So you want to make sure the bill's paid. And so when the bill's paid, the power's connected to your house, you still got to go inside that house and you got to flip the switch on to make sure the lights turn on. Or you got to make sure things are plugged in so that power is now transferred to whatever it is that you've turned on, whether it be a television or an iron or whatever it may be. You've got to flip the switch on for that power to work in that situation. It's the same way with God. God's connected His power to you as a believer, but you've still got to keep the switch of faith turned on for that power to be released into your situation. And when we're talking about authority, we're connecting it to praise. And when you praise God, it is a high form of faith that keeps the switch of faith on and holds you in the arena of faith and allows that power to be relinquished into your situation and shift things into your favor. So make sure that you realize that when you're praising God, it's not just something you put on Sunday mornings when you're singing with the congregation or when you're giving thanksgiving because someone's leading you into that. This is something you do every day. Acknowledge that God and His grace is in your life, and it enables grace to be multiplied to you, but it also releases an authority to release more grace into your situation and help you in a time of need.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. We hope that you were blessed by that last segment. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. Maybe leave a comment and tell us what you thought. And also click the bell on the bottom to get notifications of when we post future videos. We love you guys. God bless you. We'll see you next time.